Trump's son, Eric, joins us now at the table. Welcome to you, Eric.
Hey, it's good to be here, Gail. Pleasure.
Yesterday, Kellyanne Conway was here. She said Team Trump is feeling well, feeling really good, really confident. I guess that has not changed in 24 hours.
No, and I'm feeling proud. Honestly, I'm so proud of my father. What he's done is incredible. Everybody counted him out. No one said he had any chance. He beat 17 opponents in the primaries. So now we're here on the eve of the election, and we're going to do great. We're going to do great. You see the early voting. We're doing amazing in so many places. And
let's talk about the early voting in Florida on Mark's piece, where there's a big turnout in the Hispanic community.
Sure.
Conventional wisdom seems to think that that does not favor your dad. What do you think about that?
I was just speaking at a big mega Hispanic church down in Miami, and I got a standing ovation 2 times in a row. I spoke at 2 of the different services, and it's incredible. And I can tell you that's not the case. The Cuban community absolutely loves us. So many of the communities love us. And quite frankly, so many of the communities are the ones that have been left most behind by failed policies of our politicians. And that has to end. I mean, it really, really has to end. And we're going to do amazing. We're 100,000 votes right now over where Romney was at this point, which totally makes up the delta, which would effectively mean that we would win. And listen, there's a lot of support out there, and there's a lot of supports from Democrats. There's a lot of support from people who have never voted before, and people want this country back. They're sick of career politicians.
Are you predicting you think that your father will win the state of Florida?
I really do, because honestly, everywhere I go, everywhere I go, Nora, there's thousands of people that show up. The excitement, you see the rallies. You've seen the rallies over the last couple of days. You have 20, 25,000 people in an arena. They waited for 6 hours outside. Yeah. I mean, the enthusiasm is incredible. I drive through all these swing states, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of signs everywhere I go. I don't see a single Hillary sign. I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, again, people are sick and tired of Washington, D.C. People want to drain the swamp. People want to get rid of these career politicians. You see Obamacare and the disaster that it's been. I mean, these are the policies that have been come up by our elected officials, and they've done a horrible service to this nation. People want to see something new.
There is evidence we're going to have record turnout this election, the most we have ever seen. And I think both candidates are driving a lot of that turnout. But Anthony Salvanto, who I know you were talking to, our elections director, was talking about the map, the electoral map, that even if your father, Mr. Trump, wins Florida, he would also need to win Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, plus all the states he is likely to win. Do you look at that map and say, that's tough. That's why we've got to get a Michigan or a Wisconsin? I mean, how often do you look at that map?
I look at it every day. And by the way, there's 6 or 7 different routes, right, including Nevada, which traditionally never goes red, but I think will go red this election cycle. Colorado, we're up right now, and it's really amazing. Again, traditionally a blue state, but this isn't really about red and blue. I mean, my father started a movement, and it's a common sense movement. And we want jobs, and we want safety, and we want security, and we want affordable health care, and we want lower taxes, and we want to stop jobs from leaving our borders and our nation. We want to get rid of ISIS. And by the way, we want to all do this affordably, all right, affordably. I mean, over the last 7.5 years, our president has racked up our national deficit by $11 trillion. $11 trillion. And people are sick and tired of the nonsense. They're sick and tired of the reckless spending and the fraud and the abuse of government, and they want somebody from the private sector in there.
Having said that, your father said yesterday, if I don't win, this will be, quote, the single greatest waste of time and money in his life.
Charlie, my father's a winner, and he believes in winning. His whole life he's won. And quite frankly, this country needs somebody that's going to win for it again. Right? We don't have anybody who goes in with that.
If he does not win, does he continue as the leader of the movement you just described and continue to play a big role in American politics? Or does he say, this was a waste of my time, I'm going back to business?
Well, last night we had an amazing moment, right? I was at the final 2 rallies with him, and you see these people, and they're so full of love, and they're holding signs. And again, they waited outside for 6 hours. And I don't know if you shut down that movement. I mean, I don't know if you shut down that movement.
Does he want to lead it?
I don't know, but I think America's fed up, and I think America is tired of not being put first, and I think America is sick and tired of not having politicians work in the interest of our citizens.
They're tired of
regardless of the outcome of this election, do you see that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton could work together after November 8th?
Listen, I would hope so. In a perfect world, I'd love to see all of our people work together. Like, I really would. And I think my father, his whole life, has worked so well with everybody. I mean, that's how you get the biggest buildings built. That's how you get businesses built. You have to work across the spectrum. And I think he would actually do an amazing job
with... He will be conciliatory either way
with
Congress. The election way this turns out. If he wins, he'll be conciliatory. If he loses, he'll be...
Oh, absolutely. I mean, assuming it's fair, absolutely. There's no question.
Assuming it's fair. But you've traveled this country. You've got a chance to see this country.
And it's been amazing. Charlie, it's been amazing.
And you spoke to the problems the country has. Yeah. I mean, isn't it essential for him to commit himself, in a sense, to say, look, whoever wins, wins, and we need to come together as a country, and I'll do my part to do that?
Yeah, I think he will. And quite frankly, I think so many of the topics he's brought up, Charlie, have helped, right? It's opened so many discussions to the issues we're having. No one was talking about the fact that we have an educational system in this country that's ranked 30th in the world. Reading comprehension, if you can believe, is 34th. Math skills is 37th. No one was talking about that. No one was talking about the ill effects of illegal immigration. No one was talking about the fact that we amounted $11 trillion of additional debt under Obama.
Then he shouldn't say it's a waste of time. If you said he brought all these things up, you shouldn't say it's a waste of time.
Charlie, he's a winner. You know, my father's a guy who likes to win, and that's what he'll do for this nation. He'll win for this country again, and we need somebody who will win for this country and work in the interest of this country again.
Well, if all goes as planned, we'll know tonight.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys very much. It's been a great honor to be on with you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.